Hello, how's it going? Hello, YouTube. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Coda, what's up? Alan Quet, Newbie Steve, Harold Huffman, Rick Lopez, Juan, Rick Jones. Thanks for coming in here. Kaislin, what's up? Dennis, Daniel. So Anthony Blackbeard, Matt Phillips, Kimasabi. No, Alan. Alan asked annual checkup. No, it's a little bit more than that. Clyde, what's up? Ace, we're all right. Air So, man, I've had some time off. I've uploaded not one, but two videos, and I got a third one that's coming out in the morning. I've already uploaded it. It will be released in the morning. JL, what's up? All right, Daniel, you're driving. Daniel, I hope your new truck's doing well there, sir. So, okay, so first thing I want to do. Brent, Florida, what's up? My cat's meowing. Come here, cat. Ran away. So, first of all, let's go back a couple of videos. My video, it's go time. I am incredibly impressed by the positive response I've had with that video. And I appreciate everyone's comments, everyone that reached out to me via messenger or email. And I believe that that's another direction that my channel is going to do, is I'm going to focus on some health stuff. Not completely. I mean, we'll still do, live sessions, where we just BS. We'll still do trucking stuff. I've got a trucking related video uploading. Well, it's already uploaded. It's scheduled to release tomorrow. Hey, New Mexico, what's up? Chuck Russell. So, I appreciate all the positive responses going on. All the well wishes. So, John Cater does not like my beard. So, the reason why I took this week off was because I went and had a colonoscopy done this week. And I'm not ashamed to say it, not ashamed to admit it, and there's nothing wrong with it. A friend of mine reached out, and I told him what was going on, because only my close friends knew what was going on. And he said that I should do a video talking about the experience, because, not really experience, but the awareness of it, because colon cancer is a big deal in the trucking world. You're sitting down all day and we eat like crap, and we are very prone to it. There's somebody I know that does have colon cancer right now as we speak, and it's a hard one to fight. Now, and forgive me if I'm not reading the comments for a minute, because I want to get this thought out. I'm not going to do shout outs anymore for, at least for a while. So, Dennis Smith, you need to chill out. So, hey, Kevin, what's up? So, the colonoscopy was not that bad. Basically what you do, if you've never been through it, the day before you have to fast, and the night before you have to take this liquid. Here's the liquid right here, okay? And right, Nittany Lion. Nittany Lion says colon cancer killed my dad ugly. He fought it for 10 years. Colonoscopy isn't bad at all. It's the prep that sucks. You have to drink this whole entire bottle. Since my appointment was early in the morning, Thursday morning, this morning, I had to drink 3/4 last night and then 1/4 this morning. What this does is this cleans your system out. Let me tell you, it does a good job. You can't do this on the road, okay? And everybody said that's going to be the worst part. And you know what? It really wasn't that bad. It tastes like flat Alka-Seltzer water, with lemon, or bad Gatorade without sugar. For the most part, other than fasting all day, and here's the thing, man, the fasting all day, I was actually like looking forward to, having a reason not to eat. And if you saw my Facebook post, I was eating a diet of green Jello coffee and chicken broth, and that sustained me. There was only a couple of moments yesterday where I was kind of hungry. I wish I could get something to eat, but I didn't, and I just had some Jello and some broth, and it was good. I joined a new Facebook page. Forgive me if I don't know it, but it's another truck health. Farrah, if you're in here, you can put up a link. But there was a guy on there that did a 30-day water fast. Chad Boblet just got done doing a fast, and there's a lot of religious cultures that do fasting, Christianity included. So I find my vision to be a lot better just from one day of fasting. So, and I'm a few pounds lighter as well. So, Alan, I can't find the page right this second, but I'll mention it. So basically, I went in this morning and had to wear the silly gown. They allowed me to keep my socks on. And basically they put you in a bed and they put an IV. And then I went to sleep. Woke up. Didn't even feel any pain. It was a non-event, man. It was, 15 minutes and I was done, I think. Or half an hour or something like that. So the test results, they found one polyp that they removed. And for lack of a better term, a polyp is like a skin tag inside your colon. And they can become cancerous. And they removed one of those. And they said I had what? Diverticula. Which is caused by diet. It's just, things aren't cleaning out like they should due to bad diet, So, it was a non-event. So the reasons that you can get it done before 50 is you have to have certain symptoms, and if you have those symptoms, then they'll do it earlier. If not, your doctor is like, wait till you're 50. So, Stu Manchu asked, since they found the polyp, did they put you on a 3-year schedule? They're going to test it. So the test is still being done, whether it's precancerous or not. So that's what's going on. So, when you're sitting there in a hospital bed, not wondering, not knowing what they're going to find, what's going to happen, it brought me back to when I watched my dad die of cancer. Okay. My dad died of lung cancer about 15 years ago. And now, here's the thing. Whenever I hear someone say, while they're smoking their cigarette, they say, well, you got to die someday, or whether they're eating at McDonald's. You know, well, you're going to die someday. You might as well die happy. Let me tell you something, guys. Dying of cancer is a slow, painful, horrible death. Those of you who sit there and say you got to die someday, you might as well die happy, you have never watched a person die of cancer. There's an underground metal band named War Beast, or Warbringer, I think. And the lead singer has got stage 4 cancer. I'm not sure which kind. But he's $1 million in debt. And they still have no cure. Cancer is a $4 billion with a B dollar industry a year. You think they're going to find a cure for that? No. That's a big amount of money right there. Clyde says it's a horrible thing to watch knowing you can do nothing for them. Right, and those of you who follow my music, the song Final Curtain is about my uncle who was dying of cancer, and I knew that when I visited him, that would be the last time I saw him. Everybody that was close to me, friends and family, that saw what my dad went through, all quit their tobacco habits because they saw what it did. Smokers and chewers. And think about how hard you work all your life to have money saved up, 3 months of chemotherapy and your life savings is wiped out. I don't care if you're a millionaire, it will wipe out your savings. So these are the things that weighed on my mind as I was, laying there. So, we got done about 10:30. Went and had breakfast at 11, and I felt pretty good all day. I wasn't allowed to drive or make important decisions because of anesthesia or whatever. But all in all, it's been a good day. We'll see what they find on the polyp. I don't know when those results will come in. But it definitely has me thinking of a reality check, and that's why I did that video. It's go time, because it's time for the healthy truckers to put out their content and to show the rest of us how to do it. And if you read the comments on that video, there's 100 different ways to do it, 100 different ways. And not everyone is the same. In other words, what works for you does not work for me, vice versa. And so that's why you need a combination. Just like running a trucking business, you got 100 ways you could do that. And then, you never know. It's all different, kind of spaced out there for a second. But John Cater says, why cure it when you can make billions off of it? Right. Sad and pathetic. And I was talking to my kids about that today. Do you guys remember Magic Johnson? Do you remember that? And how he acquired AIDS? I think the last time they tested him, he wasn't even positive for HIV. Why did he survive AIDS 30 years later? Because he's rich. He's got money. So, I'm drinking some tea here. But I appreciate all the comments and all the well wishes. And, tomorrow we're going to try to take care of a few business things and try to get ourselves to the next level in the trucking world. So 2018 promises to be a positive change of a year for me. I'm going to improve my health. I'm going to improve my finances. So let's go over the comments here, guys. I'm going to go back a ways here. Okay. The verticulitis is not a lot of fun. This is a little bit different, Kevin. This is It's the precursor to that, I think. But JL says military diet works. I lost 10 pounds. JL, what exactly is the military diet? Southside says it's good to do an enema from time to time, get your system clean. You know, Carolyn O'Byrne, who has that book, Gut Instinct, talks about hydrocolon therapy, and she highly recommends that, which is basically what it is. I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy, says Kevin, at once about a year ago. Fun. I'm not sure what an endoscopy is. So you saying I should have a checkup? What are the symptoms, TJ? Google that, because I really don't want to discuss that, TJ, because it's kind of gross. So, but no, you know, TJ, I'll go ahead and say it. I had a healthcare person tell me that her husband died of colon cancer at like age 38, and he was a truck driver. And she said that, you know, small stools, not being able to go all the way, are two of the biggest symptoms, and I had those. So, Truck and Life Ace, you need more roughage, right? Yes, they told me I need to increase my fiber intake. So, Clyde says my doctor told me to tell him I have blood in the stool to get it done early to check. Right, Clyde? Yeah, if you tell him the symptoms before you're 50, then you can get checked. If you don't have any symptoms at all, they don't want you doing it until you're 50. Nittany Line, I do it every year because of family history. I'm 45. Wow, every year. Wow. Everyone should get it checked by 45 or 50, says Struck and Review. I see my dad get eaten away from pancreatic cancer from TJ. I'm sorry to hear that. It's definitely a hard thing to go through. Dakota Haynes, I've dealt with issues because of this job. If anyone knows what a pylonidal cyst, it isn't too fun. It's caused by sitting for long periods of time, which we do. You know, everybody. You know, Dakota Haynes, you bring up a point. You bring up a thought for me. Everybody gripes about that DOT 30-minute break, right? What did we do before the 30-minute break? If you could roll, you could roll. So you're rolling for like 8, 9, 10 hours without getting up once. That is horrible for you. And so I don't gripe about the 30-minute break, because that is an opportunity to get out, stretch your legs, stretch your back, and move around. I mean, you wouldn't want to spend 10 hours in an airplane, in a flight. You know, people get blood clots that way. Well, driving a truck is no different. So I think that 30-minute break is, you know, use it to your advantage instead of griping about it. John Cater says, why cure it when you can make billions off of it? Sad and pathetic. Right. That's the world we live in today. Truck and Review. I have spots in my lungs and liver. Get CAT scanned every 6 months. Wow. Pale Rider TV in the house. What's up? Good luck, Steve. Everything will work out. I'm hoping so, Mike. I feel pretty good. My white blood cell count was elevated just a hair when I had my blood work done last month. So, you know, that was one of the other reasons why I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and check it out. Southside Trucker, I believe Magic Johnson never had AIDS, HIV. He was paid a lot of money to be the spokesman for the disease. We'll never know the truth. I don't know if I'm healthy, says Ace, but I'm working on it. Endoscopy is when they go from the throat to look at your upper GI system. Oh, okay. Jonathan Wheeler, thank you. Brent, Florida, I'm just getting started on the keto diet. My uncle lost 80 pounds doing it, and so thought I'd give it a shot. Guys, I have heard a lot about the keto diet, and basically it's just eating clean is what it is. And when I did my juice fast, I was in ketosis, and you lose about 1 pound a day when you do that. I mean, because your body is burning that fat, you know. But here's the problem with keto. A lot of people are like, oh, you eat nothing but bacon and eggs and cheeseburgers, you know, and all this stuff. And, you know, you still got to eat clean. You still got to eat healthy. You just, you take away all grains, all bread, all sugar, and you eat fresh fruit, vegetables, and lean meat in moderate amounts. Doesn't mean you go out and get a 12-ounce steak and call it the keto diet. It's just not how it works. That's the problem with the Atkins diet. Atkins diet kind of is the same way. Oh, I can eat bacon and eggs and burgers and just because you're not eating bread doesn't mean that 5 pounds of meat is going to be good for you too. You know. JL, the military diet, also called the 3-day diet, is a weight loss diet that can help you lose up to 10 pounds in a week. The military diet plan involves a 3-day meal plan followed by 4 days off. True. Go stay away from lettuce, no nutrition value, go with spinach instead. There's a lot of little things. Um, I've kind of gotten away from eating out of boredom while driving, and but when I do, it's usually lettuce, man. Lettuce is a good, like, mindless, crunchy thing that doesn't add any calories. It does add fiber. Big Billy, what's up? That's why I have a wiener dog with me. It's healthy to have him because I have to walk him, says Weird Racing. The professor, I'm sorry you had to go through that today. I'm surprised your doctor didn't do a virtual colonoscopy with the blood work. That's old school procedure in the Northeast now. Well, here in Springfield, Missouri, we're still behind the times. So, Ray D says, I use my Fitness Pal where you track everything you eat. It works, lost 75 pounds, had to watch the salt and sugars you eat. I was on my Fitness Pal for a while. In fact, you could probably still find me. I'm Snorlord on there. But since I got this new phone, I haven't been on there. I haven't downloaded the app. And to be honest with you, I don't remember my login information. It might be logged in through Facebook, so maybe I'll download it. Someone else mentioned the Lose It app, which I downloaded that. And I don't think it's as good as my Fitness Pal, but that's a personal preference. So, great as a super poison, says Truck and Review. Orion says lots of garlic. Orion, I agree with you. I'll snack on garlic. You can buy these bags of peeled garlic, and a lot of times I'll just snack on those. Broccoli is king. I love broccoli. Walmart greeter. Keto diet is tough. It makes you weak and hungry. I prefer the DASH diet. Dennis Smith says, "Oh no, hungry, no hungry, eating less fruit. I only eat if I'm actually hungry." You bring up a thought here, Dennis. When you are going through hunger pains, they'll subside. That's what I went through yesterday. If I felt myself actually physically getting hungry, that's when I would bust out the Jell-O and the chicken broth, and I was fine. And then once I started drinking the bottle of stuff back there, then you're definitely full because you're drinking an 8-ounce. It's like a coffee cup every 15 minutes. So basically, you're chugging a gallon of water, and you're definitely full when you do that. Now, I will say this: when I was fasting, the hardest part was when my wife started to cook dinner. The smell of food. It's like, oh man, I wish I could have that. But then, but watching TV, all the food ads, you don't realize how many food ads there are until you're watching TV, and hungry, and then so, oh, okay, I'm gonna stop watching TV and get on Facebook, and everybody's posting pictures of their meals on Facebook. Mo Miles says a brand new owner op stress diet seems to be working out pretty good. I trained a guy that lost weight while he started truck driving because he was under a lot of stress. And once he got comfortable, he started gaining weight. I'm opposite. The stress of being an operator has enabled me to gain weight. So that's what I need to do. Ryan says he's lost 20 pounds since I stopped driving. Right. When I went from being a company driver to buying my truck and going to Landstar, I lost what, like 20 pounds? I was home for a month. I didn't run for a full month. And, definitely being off the road, I definitely lose weight. So the trick for me is how to strategize when I'm on the road. So black coffee takes away your hunger, Walmart grader. I'll agree to that. I drink a lot of coffee, not a whole lot, but a few cups every time I felt hungry, and it actually kind of, I enjoyed it. I wasn't like, I didn't have the jitters. Blood pressure next gen. Yes, BP is good. Yeah, my blood pressure's good. And that's the one thing that kind of, you would look at me and think, well, your blood pressure's probably not good, but actually it is. It's not the best, but it's definitely it's decent, right? Yeah, see, my wife says it's decent. So, food is the number one economy in the USA. Right, Orion. Think about all the products that us freight haulers have to haul. It's either products for packaging food, making food, coming from food, even dry van. Where do the paper mills send their stuff to food places? For the packaging stuff like that. A big thing that we haul here at the Big Orange is water, bottled water, soda, canned goods, canned food, sugar, a lot of sugar. Pale Rider TV says I was in the hospital for diverticulitis. Diverticulitis. I have trouble saying that. So some food I can't eat anymore, says Pale Rider. Alan McQuaid, I make lemon stevia water. It tastes just like lemonade with no sugar, and it doesn't mess with their glucose levels. Pure liquid stevia. That's cool, Alan. Yeah, everybody has their methods. For me, I like drinking. Here, I'll show you guys. I like drinking this. Seltzer water. It's just carbonated water. That's all it is. And you find it in the alcohol section in the Walmart or grocery stores, because you make mixed drinks with it, right? But if you have soda cravings, this will get rid of them. If you're like the bubbly part. Seltzer water is better than sparkling water or club soda because it does not have sodium. So I love, I just bought a whole case of that, and that helps you fill you up too. It's like drinking a soda. So, but anyways, that's what's going on with me. So we still got to get the test results for the polyp. I don't know how long that'll take. And but it's definitely a reality check. It's definitely a wake up call. It's definitely, sit there in a hospital bed knowing that, what? You need to do something because you're going to be in here a lot if you don't. Walk their outer aisles of a big box store 3 or more times a week, parking safer and out of the weather. That's a good idea, Air Vaquero. We have a mall here in Springfield, and that's pretty much what they do. They open the doors at like 6 a.m., and that's where everybody goes to walk. Of course, you can't do that on the road, but it's definitely safer and better than, walking around the block, I think. Next Gen's heading to California. Orion says, thank you for all the years of entertainment. Yeah, Orion's off the road there, Next Gen. How is retirement going for you, Orion? Daniel, what's up? I hope you're parked now that you're texting. But, so anything else you guys want to talk about? Does anybody want to talk about? I uploaded 2 videos today, and there's a third one that's going to come out in the morning. If you walk, map my run, will also track distance, etc. I used to track when I ride my bike, which I keep in the upper bunk of my truck. Alan McQuitt. Alan, I would like to see that setup sometime. A while back when I was at Transland, they actually made something for me for my truck to put a bike in the back, and it didn't quite work because one day I went back there and the tires were flat and the rims were all trashed from all the bouncing. It wasn't secured very well. And so I kind of gave up on having a bike. You know, the challenges of bringing a bike and having it hang on the back is the APU. But I've got too much junk in the top bunk to put a bike up there. I thought about buying the foldable bikes, but they're expensive, number one, and number two, they're weight rated. And I think that if I could lose another 50 pounds, you know, then I would definitely look into the bike thing a little bit more seriously. Now I've watched there's a Prime driver that I've seen that has the bike mounted on the front. And I asked him if DOT has ever given me problems. He said no. He said DOT, actually he had a DOT inspection on his truck, and at a weigh station they didn't say anything about the bike as long as it's not blocking the headlights. Yeah, Alan. Yeah, send me a pic. You're friends with me on Facebook, right? If not, you can do it on my public Facebook page. Build a rack off to slide into the front tow hooks. Yeah, we were racing. That's what this Prime driver did. And it was kind of cool, but, you know, in the summertime, it's going to get the brunt of all the bugs and stuff, you know. So, but yeah, so I haven't gone live in a while, so I figured I'd go live tonight. Retirement workload just shifted from driving to managing rentals and chasing gold, silver exchanges, LOL. Well, you know, we're all doing something, right? Right, Orion? You know, sometimes, you know, you got to get on the truck just to take a break. So, Mike Mentor says when you get your own trailer, you could make a rack under the trailer for a bike, possibly. Yeah, that's a good idea, Mike. That's definitely a good idea. Drive flatbed. Put your bike on the back of a flatbed. If I was a flatbedder, that would be a good idea. If I was a flatbedder, I wouldn't have time to ride a bike. So, anyways, that's it, man. What do you guys want to talk about? Basically, someone check out the cat. It's hung on something, and it's like a jacket or something. I don't know what's going on. Dang cats. Yeah. What's the cat got? Yeah. We have this cat that its claw gets hung up on everything.
They're barbed. I swear to God, her claws are barbed.
She'll just sit there with her stuck on the couch, just like, help, you know.
Oh, she would starve to death if she were wild.
You have a cat, boy or girl? We got both, actually. We got 3 cats. 2 boys, 1 girl. Daniel Adami says he'll be doing the Packing One Chip Challenge at 200 subscribers. Daniel, why would you know, Daniel Adami, here, okay, call me uncle. Here's the thing, man. Type in Packy One Chip Challenge in the YouTube search. There's not one person that's done a video and said, oh, that ain't that bad. Every single person says it was a lot worse than what they thought it was. Ask Jay Cannell. I don't recommend doing that. I got 200 subscribers and I didn't do nothing for it. Mo Miles, I'm pretty new to Landstar. I've been booking my loads out in advance, but when I do that, the agents are real reluctant to help out with tolls. Any advice? I ran into the same problem, Mo Miles. A lot of times you can negotiate and say, hey, can you throw 200 of that revenue onto the fuel card as an accessorial so I can use that for tolls? That's about the best you're going to get. The only problem with when you negotiate a load like that is if they can find another BCO that'll do it cheaper, that's what they'll do. So I think there was 1 week where I was able to book 4 loads ahead. And, there's 2 different weeks that I booked 4 loads ahead. And one of the loads canceled. And I ended up deadheading 400 miles, so I wouldn't break the chain because I knew it would tick off the agent. So booking ahead, you're playing with fire. But you definitely want to have at least 1 load ahead because I sat too much because of my own doing at Landstar, because I would book a load, finish it, and then look for the next load. I wasn't really looking ahead. But it's tough, man. It's tough negotiating those tolls, Mo Miles. It really is. Leon Smith, I'm new to your channel, but what got you into truck driving? My dad was a truck driver, and I had an interest in trucks before he was a truck driver. So I'm second generation, so that's what, and I'm good at it, somewhat. I got tired of manufacturing jobs laying me off. I'm actually a pretty skilled welder. I'm actually a really good cook. But I got tired of low paying, no benefits, and getting laid off. So I figured, well, if I'm going to have all those headaches, I might as well do something I like, which is driving a truck. So that's what got me into truck driving. Brent says, does the T680 have space under the roof fairing to store a bike? Kind of a hassle to get it up there, but out of the way. Yeah, it definitely could, but I got too much stuff up there. What about getting a Planet Fitness membership? They're all over places, JL. It would... That's a good idea, and some drivers do that, but I've done the fitness center thing before, and it really didn't. I don't know. It's more of a hassle than it's worth. You might as well just walk in the parking lot. Because primarily the only thing I did at the fitness centers was treadmill or elliptical, and you could do that kind of stuff just outside of the truck. All right, Alan. Check you later, man. Go Patriots. More cats than kids? No. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. Adam Gallagher. Janice Cannell now, LOL. Daniel, almond milk and cheap wine is key. There you go, Eric Vaquero. Yeah, make sure you get almond milk and cheap wine. Well, Miles, here's the other thing you can do. Here's a Landstar tidbit for you. If I remember correctly, you're allowed 3 active profiles, okay? So, for your load board. So, one for me would be your follow me. And that would have anything above $1 a mile, any weight going anywhere, okay? And then I would have another profile and call it high dollar. And that would be anything within a 200-mile radius that was above $3 a mile. And then I would do one called light, where it was the same parameters of the follow me, but it was everything under 20,000 pounds. And what that did is it helped me fine-tune the search. Because if let's say your minimum rate is $2.25 a mile. If you set the load board to that, well, you're going to miss out on loads that pay $2.24 a mile or $2.21 a mile. And there's a lot of loads sometimes that are posted at $1 a mile, but in the load info, it'll say negotiable. In other words, they don't want to put a price on there. So don't be afraid to put it down to $1 a mile because it'll really open up and let you see what's in that area. If you're in Dallas and you put in $2 a mile, you might have 10 loads pop up within a 100-mile radius. But if you put $1 a mile, all of a sudden you got 100 loads on that load board. So that shows you the freight in that area. So that's my tip for you Landstar guys is use your 3 active profiles, but in a different way. And then the other 2 non-active profiles, one I would put for home, like any loads that were going to Springfield, and I would switch to that whenever I was needing to go home. And then I would switch to it just for a little bit, just to look at the load board and see what was coming in. So maybe I can go to that area coming out. So Pale Rider TV, working on my rock and vlog challenge. Guess what music I'm using? LOL. All right. Pale Rider. Pale Rider's been a huge, huge supporter of my music. Pale Rider, how do you milk an almond? There's actually videos on that, Pale Rider. Christian Trucker's in the house. How are you doing today, Christian Trucker? Hope all is well with you. So, you guys like my ELD or me shirt? I got it for free, or it's Live Drive ELD. That's what it is. I got it free at GATS, and I won't wear it in truck stops because I don't want anybody to beat me up. Heading home, can't find a load, Christian Trucker. Man, things are getting kind of weird at the Big Orange. I will admit that. Mo Miles, very good idea. Definitely will help with understanding good freight locations. Now, Mo Miles, let me give you another tip. If it's still the same, now it might be different. 180 days, they're going to want you to take a cabs class. Okay, it's mandatory. And there was a guy. I think he's retired now, but Dallas was really good about this. The Dallas Fort Worth terminal. The first half of the cabs class is all the safety stuff, typical safety orientation kind of thing. But the second half is business. And basically they teach you more in depth on how to use the tools on the low board, and how to check everything from your IFTA to the weather to everything. And it's like it opens your toolbox tremendously. It was a game changer for me. And that is not mandatory, but I highly recommend doing it. They'll teach you how to string loads together. Schneider needs to do something like that. There's too many people here at Schneider that are struggling because they can't quite make the load board work the way they want to. And Schneider does not do anything to kind of educate you on how to make that all work. Yeah, they do go over load planning on orientation, but it's more for so you don't screw up the load, not because they want you to maximize your profit. So, Snyder, if you're watching, you need to develop something like that to teach these new guys how to use the load board and all that. So. Brett in Florida, Christian Trucker, are you an IC choice? Everybody go to Christian Trucker's channel. He is a Snyder IC, and he talks about everything. His money, loads, shows a little bit of his farm life he's got going on. Celtic Barb says, check engine light on again and her son's truck. Check engine lights on are on all the time. Yeah, I'm definitely in the tall grass when it comes to the low board. I'm looking good loads, but definitely not taking full advantage. Thanks. And and here's the thing, Mo Miles, the best loads at Landstar aren't on that low board. They're just not. You got to make friends. You got to, they know how new you are by your truck number. I think my truck number was 419637, and they could tell how new you are by your truck number, and so the agents see that, so they try. I think that some of them, not all of them, but some of them will take advantage of that. they'll call you while driving, like, hey, this is a good load for 242 a mile. Yeah, not to mention, it's hazmat. It's 45,000 pounds. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it's going to Pennsylvania. They don't realize the connection there. And you got to book accordingly. If you got a load that pays $1,000 going from Missouri to Pennsylvania, that's 45,000 pounds, or you got a load that's paying $1,000 going from Missouri to, say, Houston, Texas. Well, which one are you going to make more money on? The one going to Houston, because it's going to be lighter, if it's lighter, but there's less tolls, and the terrain is flatter, so you're not going to burn as much fuel. Jason Perry says the IC board has been crazy since Christmas. Yep, you are correct. So that's it. Fuel is cheaper in Houston too. Right, Ryan, yeah. Fuel is definitely cheaper in Oklahoma and Texas, the states you got to go through, versus, Pennsylvania. There's loads, but 90% deliver on Monday. Right. There's a lot of loads on our board right now that are like 500 miles or 600 miles, but they got like 2 or 3 days on them. It's like, it doesn't get you your $500 a day that you want. So, Banda says I don't roll less than $350 a mile. Must be nice. Maybe I'll get to that point someday. But truck's acting up a little bit. My clutch brake is completely shot. Every now and then it's tough to get it into gear, so we might have some problems coming down the road on that one. Talked to a fellow Schneider IC today. Talk about trailers. Talk about financing for trailers. Tomorrow morning, I'm filling out the paperwork to get my plate. Hopefully that'll go okay. So we'll see how that happens. I got it paid for a truck and trailer. Yeah, I know. Chris Trucker, I've seen 3 loads coming out of California that had 11 days on them. How can a driver make money that way, Jason Perry? Right, that's what I'm talking about. You could have a load that pays $3 a mile, but if it's only 500 miles and it takes 4 days, for the delivery. That's the thing, guys. Schneider has cracked down on all the you can't deliver early kind of things, and drivers are doing it because they need to make money. They can't sit on a load for 2 days if it's only paying like $800. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys are trying to deliver early. Well, now they're cracking down on that, and it's like, what are you supposed to do? So it's getting to the point that a lot of loads are sitting on the load board, and nobody's touching them because nobody can make money off them. So, and add the fact that we got a new contract coming up in April, and add the fact that Schneider went public, and add the fact that the spot market's booming right now. So it's kind of like, contract freight is good for the tough times. A lot of owner operators go to mega carriers when times get tough, just for the consistency. But when the spot market's booming like it is now, you're sitting there doing the same load for half the money that the other guy's doing it for. It kind of gets kind of frustrating, But don't get me wrong, I still make money here, but not as much as I could make. And the low board has been kind of, a challenge at times. Now, where Christian Trucker lives, he lives down there in the south. And I told him, I called him up. I was like, dude, how do you do it down here? Because every time I've gone into Mississippi or Louisiana, it's kind of bit me in the butt coming back out, Mike Mentor says, seems like they're setting up people to have to turn in their trucks. No, here's what they're doing, Mike. Snyder wants you to succeed, but not so much that you can take time off. I think that having that high truck payment a week is what keeps you rolling. I talked to a Landstar agent, and she said that she would rather have a guy that has his cost per mile is $1.20 than a guy who's got a paid-off truck and his cost per mile is like 50 cents a mile. Because that guy with the higher truck payment, that guy with the big note, that guy with the 5-year note, is going to work harder and work more. He's not going to sit there and like do 2 loads and be done for the rest of the week. And if anything, Snyder wants more Snyder Finance drivers. Guys like me and Mike Mentor and Harold, we're the bastard children of Snyder because we don't have to run that hard. So therefore, they don't expect a whole lot of work out of us. So Christian Trucker says, it stinks down here. If I had a bigger truck note, I wouldn't make it. Well, Christian Trucker, hang in there. I've always encouraged you, and we've talked about your steps that you can do to improve your situation. I'll be back on the road Monday or Tuesday. I'll give you a call, and we'll talk about a few things. But hang in there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I believe. And by the way, I think I should get a referral bonus for advanced trucking. So I referred like 3 drivers there, and they're all going there. So, and I don't even work for them. So Daniel Nottingham, if you're watching, you're welcome. So, all right, guys, let's end this video now before it gets tedious. If you guys don't have any more questions or comments, I hope you've enjoyed my last 2 videos. The rock and vlog one was I used the band The Sword. I had about probably 100 hours of GoPro footage, and I settled on 3 clips. I threw the rest away. And then the EAD, that's not for children. Definitely give me a call. LOL, says Christian Trucker. Man, my phone's here anytime, dude. Anytime, man. Even if I'm at home, man, don't be afraid to call me. Might be a parameter in the low board that sees if the driver is an SFI truck or outside truck. We're racing. That theory has been thrown out there, but if you talk to Steve Berger, who has been on both sides of the fence, he sees the same loads. I ran with a friend of mine a lot that lived here. He had a Snyder Finance truck, and I did not, and we saw the same loads. I think that the manipulation of the low board is for loads that they need moved. Also, I think the manipulation is if you have any service failures. If you're late on a Walmart load, you may not see those as much. If you're late on a particular customer's loads, or if you've screwed one up, or if you've had a wreck, if you had a ticket, I think maybe certain things are turned off. If you can't run to California, they turn that off, so they got the ability. So it's all theoretical. It's all like, some of it's conspiracy, some of it's not. They do want you to succeed. They do want you to make money. However, they don't want you to make so much money that you just like, I'm going to do 2 loads and be done for the rest of the month, because they need those trucks rolling. So, Daniel Adame, what are the requirements to drive for advanced trucking? Well, Daniel, you'll have to go to the website. I'm not sure what their requirements are, but I think you would probably qualify. Dragon Steve, I'm going to blast the EAD song all day at work. You guys want to hear the backstory of that song? So, I had a friend of mine, and I'm not gonna ruin my monetization by saying the words, right? So, but I had a friend of mine that, he get angry or something. He would tell somebody, "Go eat a," you know, and so he goes, my band was in the studio at the time. He goes, "Steve, here's what I want for Christmas. I want you to record a song and call it that." So I did. I recorded it just for him. It's not any Apnea album. And all it is like, it was the in-house guitar studio amp, in-house studio guitar amp, and the drummer. And I told the drum, just follow my lead. And then we added like tamarines and if you listen carefully, there's tamarines, there's cowbells, all kinds of weird percussive. I think there's a maraca in there, but that's me on vocals, both the growly vocals and the singing vocals, and it was hilarious to him. I gave it to him. He uses it as a ringtone, and since he's got a new phone, I don't know if he still has that MP3. So James, if you're watching, let me know if I need to email that to you. But that's the story behind the song. So I was going through my videos today and going over my laptop, and I came across that song. I'm like, man, I need to put that out there because it's not anywhere. As far as only people in the studio, the band, and my wife has heard that song, and James, the one I did it for. But nobody else has heard it. So it's kind of like the public debut of a rare Apnea track, So you can't be serious all the time, right? Jay Sapira, I need to be late on IP load so I don't see them anymore. I hear you, Jason. IP is become kind of a bread maker for me, man. As much as I hate paper places, those loads going into Oklahoma, man, they pay really, really good, and they're the best things coming out of here. So I've been running a lot of Oklahoma techs, especially since wintertime has come across. And I've been off my main 70 thoroughfare for a while, but I'm thinking about going back this week. There's a lot of good loads coming out of my area this week that aren't normally there. So I've got like 10 favorited. I just haven't made a decision yet on how much. Tomorrow will determine which ones I book, because if I get a lot done tomorrow, I'll go ahead and book a Monday, but if I don't, I'll book a Tuesday. They hate drivers out to die if they screw up ETA and such, as Christian Trucker. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Weird Racing says, unless you see the database with the parameters, it's hard to tell, really. Would you do flatbed? Says, never mind. No. Nope. I'm that guy that can't tie his stuff down in the pickup truck and it's all over the interstate. That's me. That's me. So to do that on a professional level, I don't think so. Dragon Steve says, I love it. Not going to change my ringtone, though. Oh, come on, man. Where's your heart? Where's your spirit? But no, it's a funny song, man. It's just I think all I'm doing is chunking in an open low B chord. That's all I'm doing. So, but it sounds good, don't it? So, I'll stick with the Exorcist. Dude, I got that same ringtone on my phone. I got the Exorcist and Friday the 13th. And then like when Jeff calls, I've got his ringtone as the Godfather. And then a couple others I got like just different ringtones. So Zedge is awesome, man. Zedge is a good app, man. You can find any ringtone you want. My text tone is R2D2. A lot of guys like, oh, I'm going to use a song for my ringtone, but if I'm going down the road, I'm listening to music. Well, a music ringtone's not going to, I'm not going to hear that. So I don't use a whole lot of music for ringtones, like metal music. So, but that's where the EAD song comes from. So, that Sword song that I use for the snow, I had that snow footage, and the song's called Early Snow, and I was listening to that album the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use that song for something, and I just happened to have the right clips. And all the editing just kind of fell into place. I hardly edited that video at all. The changes with the music and everything, that was all accidental. So I'm not as good as the Ikes or the Wills or the Matts or the other guys doing the music / vlogs, but I think I'm getting better. But I'm just using Windows Movie Maker, so I'm still a cheap bastard when it comes to that. So, and I enjoy doing it. If you look at my videos, the ones with music don't really do a whole lot. The views aren't as high as the others, so. But anyways, I appreciate everybody's. You should do one saying ELD sucks. Well, that EAD song could be geared towards, you could sit there and say, this is a song against ELDs. So, I appreciate all the positive responses and comments and well wishes on the It's Go Time video. I appreciate all the feedback everyone's given me about health. And I appreciate the interaction that you guys do. So, thank you very much. Thanks for watching my channel. And tomorrow morning at 5:30, there'll be a new video. It's just a simple scaling out load video. So, just something I threw together. I had some footage from a while back. So, hope you guys enjoy it. And, be safe out there and be good to each other. See you.